Samsung's Galaxy S6 Edge is finally here, but what makes it so special? Are those Edge features worth the extra cash? Well, today we're gonna get into that and more with my top 5 features review of the Galaxy S6 Edge. Hey, what's up everyone? This is Dom, and there is no denying that the Galaxy S6 Edge is a very unique product. It stands in a category of its own, with dual curved edges along the sides and some software features that go along with it. It is a very unique smartphone release for 2015. With the Galaxy S6 Edge, we have a dual curved device. So you have curves on each side of the screen, and it's actually very comfortable in the hand. Now, as far as software is concerned, you only have one side. You only have one edge because you can only utilize the edge screen on one side of the device at a time. So you can set it to either the left side or the right side, but that's not necessarily a deal breaker, as it's way better than the Galaxy Note Edge, which actually only featured an edge screen on the right side and kind of screwed over everybody that was left-handed, forcing them to either ignore the edge screen or use the phone upside down. Now, as far as features go, well, there's only 4 main features that come along with the edge screen this year. So first up, we are talking about People Edge, and this feature isn't nearly as silly as it sounds. With People Edge, if you swipe over on the nub at the top of the screen, you can actually pull out a sidebar that contains 5 little circles. So as you can see here at the top, I actually do have a contact added, and if I tap on that contact, it'll give me the ability to call that person or send them a text message. And of course, if you have their email address entered, it will also give you additional options as well. Now, we can add new Edge people by tapping on the plus sign. It'll bring up your contact list, and then you can select a contact and go from there. Now, once you have some contacts set up, you can specify different colors for different people. So I have purple set for myself, and that will correspond with different notifications and features that come along with the Edge screen, and we'll talk about those in a little bit. So once you have People Edge set up, and let's say you missed a call from one of your contacts that's in there, well, it'll actually give you a little notification on the Edge screen. So as you can see here, we can swipe over from the side on that little purple nub down there, and you can see that I have a missed call from, well, myself. And here I have the ability to call myself back or send a message, and of course you can dismiss the notification using the X in the top corner there. This is a pretty cool feature to have on the Galaxy S6 Edge, but does it actually take advantage of the Edge screen? I mean, there's really nothing special happening here. Most of the interaction that you do with People Edge or the associated notifications actually happen on the side or in the center of the screen, really making it a useless thing to have as far as the Edge screen is concerned. You could actually do this on the Galaxy S6 just fine, and it wouldn't be a big deal at all. It wouldn't actually take up any space. Those nubs on the Edge screen are very small, so it's really nothing that specifically takes advantage of the Edge screen. Next up, we are talking about Edge lighting, and this actually takes advantage of the Edge screen. So Edge lighting will actually light up the Edge screen when you have incoming calls or notifications and the phone is face down. So it's a nice, easy way to identify if something is happening on your phone when you're not using it. When you have it face down, it'll actually turn the Edge screen, light it up, and kind of create a little glow on the table so you can actually see it from kind of the side view or the top view almost, and it's actually very convenient. And of course, you can go ahead and turn on and off Edge lighting within the settings, and you can enable or disable quick reply from there as well. Speaking of quick reply, this is actually a very cool feature. So let's say you have your phone face down and one of your Edge people calls through, and you notice it because of the color associated with that person. Well, all you have to do if you don't feel like answering is place your finger over the heart rate sensor for 2 seconds, and it will send out a custom configured message. The problem is, if anybody else is calling and they're not in your Edge people list, you're not going to get an identifiable color for that person. So if you want to reject them with a message, well, you're just kind of doing it blindly. Next up, we are talking about Information Stream. So with Information Stream, if you swipe your finger up and down on the side where your Edge screen is enabled, you can pull up these little information panels. But honestly, I think it would be much easier to do with just a simple double tap or something. It's just a very awkward gesture to do to pull up this screen. Now, as far as the screen's content goes, well, you're not going to find a lot, at least initially. So right here, we do have a little clock that pulls up, and if we swipe along the Edge screen, we have access to other feeds, such as Yahoo News, sports, notifications, things like that. Now, if we go into the settings for the Edge display, you can actually enable or disable different feeds that you have on the Edge screen for information stream. So we go into manage feeds here, and we can enable or disable different panels, and we have the ability to download more, but unfortunately right now there's not a whole lot to choose from. Next up, we are talking about night clock, and this happens to be one of the least exciting features found on the Galaxy S6 Edge. What is night clock, you ask? Well, this will show a clock on your Edge screen while the main screen is off. Now, it may not sound too exciting, but I can see some situations where this would be useful, especially in a dark room. You don't have an alarm clock, you just want to look over and see the time without turning on your bright screen AMOLED display. Well, this is actually going to solve that for you. Because there are really only 4 software features with the Galaxy S6 Edge, at least at this moment in time, I'd like to talk about design because that is definitely a feature with the S6 Edge. The Edge screens on the side change the design drastically, and in the hand, this feels like a totally different device when compared to the Galaxy S6. Because of the way the phone is designed, you have much sharper edges along the side, and I actually like how it feels. Along with that, there's something very satisfying about swiping in a menu or a sidebar or something like that from the edge of the screen. It just feels very comfortable, and the flow with your finger is just, I don't know, it's something different that you haven't really ever felt before on another device, unless of course you've owned the Galaxy Note Edge. The final question here is, should you buy the Galaxy S6 Edge? And at this moment in time, I'm gonna have to say no. The Galaxy S6 is a very solid device. Now, that's not to say that the Galaxy S6 Edge is not, but the features that you're getting with the Edge screen just don't add up to the extra dollars that you're going to be spending on the device. Everything else is exactly the same. The same beautiful display, the same powerful internals, the same camera, the same everything else. The only thing you're missing out on is the design that comes along with those Edge screens and the 4 little features, at least at this moment in time, that come with that. So I hope you enjoyed this top 5 features review of the Galaxy S6 Edge, and if you did, feel free to leave this video a thumbs up as it does help out the channel a lot, and subscribe for more reviews like this in the future. Thanks again for watching, everyone. This is Dom, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.